All right, this is our informative lesson, writing lesson for week 7. So it's the one video for both lessons this week. I can't believe we're up to lesson 7 and 8. This is the section for Monday, but you might need to rewatch the video for Tuesday as well, so just see how you go. All right, let's review what we learnt last week on writing an informative text paragraph. So to write a paragraph for an informative text, you need to introduce the subject using a clear topic sentence, state facts about the subject in a logical order, describe the subject using appropriate technical vocabulary, and conclude with a statement about the subject. So what we're going to do today is we're going to conduct some research on an animal, and then what we will then do is we'll use our research in our notes to write an informative text on this animal. So first step is to click the link here and go to the website and choose an animal of your choice. And then what we have in the slides after this is a table that you can use with some guiding questions where you can write dot points, paraphrasing and summarizing your research on the animal and taking notes. So once you've chosen your animal, you're going to use this table here to help you plan your informative text. So for your introduction, I want you to think about what is the subject of the report and classify the subject. So you might write something like koala and marsupial there, just 2 words, just a couple of dot points, because remember, we're not doing sentences. This is just our plan. Then for our description paragraph, we're going to have what does it look like, what size is it, what features does it have. So again, just some dot points on that, and then location. So I want you to think about when we've looked at informative text in the last few weeks, these tables rows here are each of the paragraphs. So introduction is paragraph 1, then we've got a description, that's another paragraph, location is the next paragraph. So you're going to write your dot points just in here today, and then what you'll use this for in the next lesson is then you'll use your dot points to write in full sentences. These are the next subheadings to help you guide your research on the animal. So we have habitat, diet and behavior. Again, remembering just to write dot points. You don't have to answer all these questions. It might not be relevant for every animal. It's just a guide. These questions are just a guide to help you find the information. And the last 3 are babies, threats, and conclusion. So the aim is that you would have had your research done in Monday's lesson, and then on Tuesday is when we would start writing our informative text. It's a bit difficult to gauge how long this task will take you just because it's home learning, it's different to the classroom and things like that. So if you're in 5-6, you definitely should be able to complete the research on day 1 and write your text on day 2. However, if you're in years 3 and 4 and it's taking you a bit longer, then that's absolutely fine. You could spread your research task out over the 2 days and then start your writing of your text the next week. That's okay. Just give your teacher a private comment to let them know what you've completed and where you're up to. Please don't feel like you need to rush it. It's just difficult to gauge the time when it's home learning. All right, so using your notes from yesterday, you are now going to write your information report. You will need to turn your dot points into full sentences. Use the subheadings already provided. So they were the things like introduction, habitat, babies. They're your subheadings. We've already provided them for you. You can type or handwrite your report. It's up to you. 5-6 students, as I said, this should be completed within the 2 lessons. 3-4 students, you may need to use your Friday catch-up day to finish completing your report, or you might need to continue your report into week 8 if it's home learning. We don't know when I'm recording this. But please just let your teacher know where you're up to. And this is your first time writing an information report this year. So if you are having troubles, please just let your teacher know in a private comment and we'll be able to workshop that with you. But it's just difficult for us to gauge how long it will take you to complete in the home environment compared to the school environment. So just do the best you can within the timeframes given for the task for that day. So for example, you should be completing your English activities in about 60 minutes. Use that as your guide for these activities and just let your teacher know where you're up to. There's no pressure. And submit your work on Google Classroom, and we're really looking forward to reading about a wide range of animals. You can also include some pictures that will help make your text a bit more interesting, and I suggest that you play around with, if you are typing up your information report, you might like to put your subheadings in bold or a different colour or something like that, just like we've seen in the other informative text we've looked at. Good luck.